Alright, hello and welcome to Quest for Glory 5 Dragonfire. This is the culmination of the Quest for Glory series, and therefore will be the culmination of the set of games that started this channel with. We're going to be starting with our Thief character. And we're basically going to follow the recommendations of the kind of official guide. Just I felt like it was the easiest way to keep things in order. But I think we'll open by diving into the introduction here, which kind of sets the scene. As a reminder, basically this game starts immediately after number 4. You'll recall at the end of 4. As we're celebrating in the Borgov Castle in Mordavia, that suddenly Erasmus and Fenris start talking to us and magic us away. And that game began immediately after the end of 3, when we had dealt with the Demon Lord in Tarna. So really, these 3 games happen in very, very rapid succession. It seems like there's at least a little bit of a break between 2 and 3, but it's still not very long. So really all 5 games happen, months, certainly no more than a year or so. But anyway, let's dive in and get started on Dragonfire.
Silmaria was a peaceful kingdom nestled among 100 islands, until the dragon came. The beast rose from its ancient lair and plunged the land into chaos. 7 pillars were raised and enchanted with spells from ancient scrolls. The pillars were placed throughout the kingdom. As each one rose, the dragon became weaker. This powerful enchantment drove the dragon into its lair. But remember, dragons live a long time, and once angered, they do not forget. Years of peace have come and gone, and most have forgotten the dragon's reign of terror. But there are those who do remember. And for one in particular, the past is seen as the key to the kingdom. I have seen a vision that the blood of a murdered man will break the ancient spell and free the dragon from its tomb. And as the pillars fall, dark fingers of evil will reach out across the land. I am the king of Silmaria, and I do not have long to live. An assassin has been unleashed to kill me, and an army of evil terrorizes the countryside. Silmaria must have a new leader, and the dragon must be destroyed forever. Only a hero can save the kingdom. I pray one will come in time.
Speaking of Dragonfire, that kind of breakdown of all the threats facing Silmaria kind of calls to mind for me the Lord of the Rings, when Elrond is talking to Aragorn and sort of breaking down just how rough the threats are that are facing them. But we can deal with that sort of stuff later. So we're going to import our character, so it doesn't really matter too much what we do, because frankly we are already very highly leveled. So I'm just going to do the things that happen to be lowest, acrobatics and climbing, because we're going to be pretty well set regardless. But let's get moving.
So, dear boy, the reason Fenris and I brought you here is this. You are a hero. And so, in the grand tradition of all heroes, you need to go where you are most needed. That happens to be Silmaria at this moment. The former king was assassinated a short while back. We have no idea why this was done or even who did it. Thus, you were summoned. Silmaria needs a new king, and thus the right of rulership is about to begin. This right will determine the next ruler for the kingdom. We would like you to enter the right of rulership. It is the most likely way to find the villain behind the nefarious deeds going on in Silmaria. If you choose to accept this mission, you will need to go to the Hall of Kings to speak with Logos, the centaur who is in charge of Silmaria right now. You will enjoy Silmaria. I am certain you will meet some old friends and make new ones. This is an interesting city, and these are interesting times. I've arranged for you to stay at the most amusing inn in Silmaria. Would you like to go there now, or are you ready to head into danger?
Alright, I think let's just go right to Silmaria. As a thief, we're not particularly interested in extra danger. Erasmus's house has differed a little bit from the first game, this Purple Castle. So, we're going to start off by heading right to the Hall of Kings. We'll meet with Logos, as he said.
You may enter the Hall of Kings now.
Well, thank you. Across the room here. And it'll take a little bit of more time than we necessarily needed to, but I want to see everything that everyone has to say.
Prince of Shapir. I am Logos, counselor to rulers and speaker of Silmaria. Welcome to the kingdom of Silmaria. I have heard much of you from your friends Erasmus and Rakish.
Greetings, my friend. It is good to know that you are here. This land needs a hero of your abilities.
I trust you understand why you were summoned here. The rights of rulership need one more entrant before it can begin. All other competitors are worthy individuals. However, I suspect that these rights will be more dangerous than they are intended.
We believe that the one or ones who assassinated the king of Silmaria will attempt to make certain the contestant they support will win.
You must understand that your life will be in grave danger from the moment you enter the right of rulership. We will be doing everything we can to stop the assassin, but you need to be wary. Hero of the lands of Shapir, Tana, and Mordavia, will you enter the rights of rulership?
It's a good question. Alright, let's see what he has to say.
It is an honor to meet you. I am the speaker of Silmaria. I am the voice of the king and of the people. I will make certain that only the most worthy shall attain the rulership of this kingdom. That is my duty and my honor.
Now we'll ask how he thinks about Rakish.
Rakish and I have been friends for many years. When the king was assassinated, I contacted him through Erasmus for his wise counsel. Both Rakish and Erasmus mentioned you and spoke of your worthiness.
That's very nice. Alright, so what are these rights of rulership?
The rights of rulership is a series of quests that will aid Silmaria. 5 individuals will compete to complete these quests. The one who accomplishes the most will be judged worthy to become king. To enter these rights, you must first contribute 1,000 drachmas to the rulership fund. This can be done at the Bank of Silmaria.
Your father, the Sultan of Shapir, was informed of this by myself and my wife, and has contributed 300 drachmas toward your entrance in the rights. Erasmus and I have each deposited another 100 drachmas.
Very nice.
During the rights of rulership, all quests will be announced one at a time. Some rights can be fulfilled by only one person. Other rights cannot end until all contenders accomplish their assignment. A more detailed explanation of the rights will be given when the rights of rulership begin. We await your entry into the contest.
I guess we can ask about the bank.
The Bank of Silmaria is located in Town Square. The bank manager will be expecting you and explain the right fund.
And the Sultan,
The
our
Sultan
father.
Harun al-Rashid has sent a letter of recommendation about you. He says you would make a most splendid king, to use his words. He also sends you his blessing and trusts you will choose the future you wish to fulfill.
And Silmaria.
Our kingdom of Silmaria consists of the Isle of Merit and the outlying islands in the center of the Med Sea. The city of Silmaria was built upon the prime port of this island and is a thriving center of trade for the world.
We'll learn a little more geography here.
Merit is a large volcanic island that is said to have risen when Atlantis fell. It is mostly rock and seashore, rising steeply to the peaks of Mount Draconis. In the caldera of Draconis is the most inaccessible Lake Moray.
And let's hear a little more about each of those. So, Mount Draconis.
The entire island of Merit is the base of Mount Draconis. Draconis is too steep to climb, and though there are trails that traverse this island, most of Merit is uninhabited, save for the isolated fishing villages along the coast.
And Lake Moray.
Lake Moray rests in the heart of Mount Draconis. It is said to be linked to the sea, for it rises and falls with the moves of the tides. However, few have seen the lake other than by magic. Draconis is unclimbable.
Interesting. How about Atlantis?
Atlantis was a kingdom that sank beneath the sea in a disaster eons ago. It is said that the inhabitants were transformed into tritons and other sea creatures.
Alright. And how about the city?
The city of Silmaria is built on various levels. It was designed as a defensible fortress in the days when wars were more common. However, this city has been a center for peace and prosperity for generations. We have had no need for an army, and have none. Unfortunately, Merit has been invaded by Hesperian mercenaries. They have taken the outlying fishing villages. We do not have the force to drive them away.
When was your island invaded?
2 days after the king was assassinated. We do not presume this is a coincidence. However, Silmaria has the resources to withstand a siege and has never in its history fallen to invasion.
Might have helped to have had an army, but that's fine.
There are many small islands that surround Merit. They are mostly uninhabited, save by animals and monsters. A few of the larger islands are owned by the individuals that live there. Travel to some of the outer islands has become very dangerous lately. Many fishing boats have not returned, and reports of attacks by tritons and sea monsters are all too common.
Sea monsters?
The sea is a very dangerous place. There are many fierce creatures that prey upon anyone foolish enough to swim far from shore.
And how about these Tritons?
The Tritons are half-human, half-fish people who live under the sea. We have been at peace with their people for generations. We have no idea why they now turn against our fishermen.
Alright, how about this assassin? What can you tell
The
us?
assassin used a poison dagger to kill our king. The poison is very deadly and unknown to our healers. Unless an antidote is administered immediately, the victim is dead within a minute. Even with an antidote, unless the victim has a very hearty constitution, he will remain unconscious for weeks. We are trying to learn the exact nature of the poison in order to cure this.
The assassin of the king is a man skilled in stealth and the use of a poison dagger. A merchant was also presumed to be killed by the assassin, for his body was found by the docks, and he died from the same poison.
I think he slit his throat, so I'm not sure how necessary the poison was, but it's alright.
You have a wide range of experiences to draw upon from your past. It should serve you well in Silmaria.
Alright, and let's agree.
We will be pleased and proud to have such a worthy hero contesting to become our leader. I shall see you again when the rites of rulership begin. May Tyche, goddess of good fortune, smile upon you.
We'll also talk to Rakesh.
It is a pleasure to see you again. I can think of none I would rather have by my side in times of danger than you, dear friend.
Oh, thank you. How you doing, Rakesh?
I am well and fine, my friend. We can speak later of these matters and of old times. You will find me during the day basking in the sunshine near the arena, on the other side of Nob Hill from here.
We will, in fact, do that right after this.
Logos and I first met in Thebes, when he was a young scholar and I was just earning my warrior rank.
I had journeyed there to study the riddles of the Sphinx. I mistook Rakesh for a Sphinx when we first met.
When he contacted me about the assassination and the invasion, I had a bad sense that things were even worse than they appeared. Thus, I came here.
And what do you think of the rights of rulership?
The rights of rulership are a wise and honorable way to choose a leader. The very quests will strengthen the kingdom and allow Logos to judge who will be worthy enough to be king of Silmaria.
We will let him know about the fate of Arana that we learned back in Shadows of Darkness. Tell how you freed the soul of the wizardess Arana from the darkness of Avuzel in Mordavia.
I sorrow to learn that Irana is truly dead. She was a paladin in all but name, and the world has lost a great goodness. I rejoice, though, that her soul is free. Thank you for your words.
And what do you think of Silmaria?
Silmaria is a lovely city. I have visited Logos here before these tragic occurrences. It reminds me of my homeland, Tarna. You should take some time to explore and enjoy yourself while you are here.
Yeah, there's just an assassin and an invading army on the loose, but we'll just do a little exploring.
I will see you soon, my friend.
Alright, let's depart. Slowly, apparently. And we will again speak to Rakesh. These kind of initial conversations are probably some of the least interesting. They provide good background and, you know, kind of set up the general situation, but they do get a little long.
Greetings, my friend. It is good to see you here in Marit. This island is already in need of your skills. I fear that it will need more heroism from you as things continue. You left behind most of your equipment when last I saw you. I am sorry, but I was unable to bring most of it. I can, however, give you this.
We got our magic grapple back that was given to us by our adoptive father, the Sultan of Shapir. We will again greet him.
I am pleased to see you again, Prince of Shapir.
And how's he doing, even though we just asked?
I was summoned here by my son Chakra, who has made this island his home. We are a long way from Tarna. My life mate Krisha will be pleased to learn that you are well, and now in Silmaria.
Who is this Chakra?
Chakra has his own magic shop in the town square, and I am staying with him there. It has been a while since I had last seen him, and he has grown much.
I feel like we could have gotten a little, update on his daughter, too, since we did save her and then immediately were warped away, but...
Tarna's enjoying the peace you brought to our land. Your friends Yesufu and Yahari are married now, and Uhura's child grows strong and proud like his mother. You are missed there.
Hopefully that's gonna help bring some peace between the Simbanian leopard men. Tell us about Krisha.
Krisha has a new apprentice she is instructing in the magical arts, or she would have joined us here. She said there is a strong magic surrounding this island. I suggest you speak with Chakra about that.
We will, probably a different day. I guess we can ask about skills. It's a weird question.
There is an invading army of Hesperian mercenaries on Marit. No one is certain how large this force is yet. The skills you use to bring peace in Tarna might be useful here. However, the mercenaries do not seem willing to negotiate in any way.
It seems the only language they understand is the sound of sword and shield.
Tell me about heroism.
There are very disturbing signs here. I do not yet know what is going on, but I do sense as if something very dangerous lies near here. Fortunately for Silmaria, you are here.
And how about Logos?
The Centaur and I have remained good friends over the years. He is a wise counsel and has guided 2 kings in Silmaria. He will soon guide a 3rd when the rites of rulership are over.
Tell me about kings.
King Justinian was a good ruler for this land. He ruled for almost 20 years, and Silmaria has flourished. Now a new king shall be chosen by the rites of rulership. If you do enter the rites, make certain that the one who does win is a worthy successor to Justinian. Silmaria deserves a good king.
Tell me more about these rites.
The rites of rulership are a series of quests to prove the worth of those who would be king. The quests vary, depending upon the needs of the kingdom. Logos and I will be determining what those rites shall be.
Alright, and any more you can tell me about the assassin?
I arrived not long after King Justinian had been killed by the assassin. Judging from the evidence, the assassin has the skills of a thief, for he scaled several walls and avoided many guards. Chakra says that magic was used also, but he does not believe that the assassin is a spellcaster. The poison the assassin used is deadly. It is death to any who are touched by it, unless an antidote is given within seconds. Even then, the poison cannot be cured, and only the strongest will survive the coma it brings.
Well, that doesn't sound great.
It is for the best that Ad Avis has been destroyed forever. If the Dark One had been summoned, the entire world would have been endangered. I hope sincerely that whatever menaces Silmaria is but a shadow of the Dark One.
Alright, so that does it for that conversation.
Enjoy this city, my friend. It is beautiful. This is why we are heroes, you and I. That such places remain beautiful and the people remain safe.
Alright, so we're going to come over here. We'll take a quick look at the bulletin board. There we go. So, current events, the rights of rulership. The rights of rulership shall begin when 5 or more contestants have entered. Wonderful. Island news. Fishermen and bees flee. The fishing villages of Merit have been attacked by the fishermen, or have been deserted by the fishermen. Fishing boats have been attacked by Hesperian mercenaries, and the fishermen feared their villages would be attacked next. Honeybees have also been deserting their hives. This is considered by many to be a bad omen. Silmaria wants you. If you have courage, moral strength, and leadership skills, you may have what Silmaria needs in a king. Enter the rights of rulership for 1,000 drachmas and compete to prove your worth as the next leader of Silmaria. And finally, Justinian dead. Merit mourns her king. The kingdom of Silmaria is still shocked and in mourning for the assassination of our beloved king Justinian. May he rest peacefully in the Elysian fields of Hades. Alright, let's move on. Let's pop into the bank here, where we will meet another old friend.
Greetings and welcome to the First Bank of Silmaria. This is the safest place to keep your savings secure from pickpockets and thieves. Would you like to leave your money with me? Oh, it's you. I was told you were coming. Your friend set up a savings account in your name. Hefty sum of 500 drachmas. You've got some generous friends, let me tell you.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Hi there. Have you invested in your future? This is the place to save.
Let's ask how he's doing.
I'm Sam the banker man. I own and run this bank. Would you like to make a deposit?
You may recognize that name. Tell us about the bank.
The First Bank of Silmaria will keep your money safe and secure. Drachmas can get heavy when you carry too much of it, and you make yourself a target for every cut purse around.
Tell us about the rights.
The Right of Rulership Fund is set up for the competition to become King of Silmaria. You need to contribute 1,000 drachmas in order to enter the Right of Rulership. Usually people have friends and relatives help raise that much cash. We have one fund which gets contributions from all the guards in Silmaria. It takes a lot of money to enter the Right of Rulership, but it is a great honor to compete to become king.
Ask about our own account.
Your savings will be kept in the most secure safe in all of Silmaria. The safe is equipped with the latest in modern locks and has a complex strap guaranteed to fry the robber foolish enough to try it. Thanks to your good friends, you've already got 500 drachmas in your account.
We'll see how foolproof those locks are.
That lion guy said that he and Erasmus the wizard were starting the savings account for you. They wanted you to enter the Right of Rulership. Man, you have strange taste in friends, but they sure make good ones.
Alright, and we can ask about Silmaria.
Silmaria is a great place to settle down and save a little for the future. Too many people forget how important a savings account can be, particularly adventurers. Adventurers think they can fight monsters forever. Next thing they know, they are begging in alleyways. A sad fate for a once respectable hero. So save today to keep the alleys away, I always say.
Nice little rhyme. Tell us about yourself.
I thought you looked familiar. Yeah, we met in Spielberg, where I was working the alley as a professional panhandler. It wasn't long after you left Spielberg that the pass cleared and the tourists flocked back to town. I made a small fortune and said bye-bye to those cold climes. Came to Silmaria and needed some place to stash my cash. So I started my own bank. Seemed appropriate after all. I'm still asking others for their money.
Professional panhandlers, a very nice way to phrase things. Alright, we do just want to make a quick transaction and take out a little bit of cash here.
Whoa there. What good is money if all you do is spend it?
Alright, let's depart. Now we have one more conversation that we'll have here.
Welcome, welcome, stranger. I am Marak, and this is my stand of food. If you find yourself suffering from the pangs of hunger, or desire just a snack to brighten your day, you have come to the proper place. May I aid you in any way? Just let me know, for I am at your service.
Alright, we'll talk to him quick. He'll kind of give us a rundown of the town.
I am well and fine, thank you. It is a beautiful day, is it not?
It is. Tell us about Silmaria.
This city can be confusing to those new here. Silmaria has 4 plazas. This is the town center and the place of merchants. Above us is the plaza called Knob Hill. There are 2 paths that lead downward from this plaza. One will take you to the docks, the other to the westmost gates of the town.
Alright, we'll start with the town center.
Here is where you may buy things of beauty of my life mate, enjoy the music of my daughter, or find things of use from Wolfie the artisan. You might also save your money at the bank, find things of mysterious power at the shop of magic, or items to improve your health at the apothecary shop.
We can hear a little more about the bank.
The bank is the fine building with the winged lion statues. The banker will be happy to take your money.
Alright, how about the magic shop?
Do not be dismayed by the wizard Chakra. He is powerful and wise, and has a deep heart.
Well, we won't be going there until tomorrow. Same is true of the apothecary.
The apothecary is run by a most interesting human and his life mate. They are both caring people and will aid you in any way they can.
Alright, what's next? Knob Hill.
At Knob Hill, you will find the Hall of Kings, center of the leadership of the city. You will also find the arena, a place where combats are held for the recreation. Many of the wealthiest of Silmaria reside on Knob Hill. There is also a magical device of which I have no real knowledge.
And I will ask about that magical device that he said he has no knowledge of.
I suggest you go up to Nob Hill and look at the thing yourself. You are more likely to know more of it than I.
Alright, we can ask about the docks.
At his shop beside the docks, you will meet the weaponer Pholus. There is also an inn and tavern there. I have heard there is some sort of school located nearby, but I do not know for certain.
Alright, and the weaponer, it's not very far away for him to have no idea about this school, but that's alright. What does he think of the weaponer?
Pholus is a centaur weaponsmith, and he makes a variety of weapons. He would be delighted to sell you something, I am certain.
And the tavern?
The Dead Parrot Inn attracts adventurers and travelers to relax within its walls. I have never ventured there myself, for those who stand guard remind me unpleasantly of why I left Razir.
And finally the West Gate.
At the west end of this city, you will find the Adventurers Guild and Gnome Ann's Inn.
Okay. And tell me about the inn
Anne
then.
is a very amusing person, and I believe that her inn would be a good place to spend one's nights.
And how about his food stand?
I have foods of all types to delight the taste. From savory to sweet, I have something that is unique.
Okay, tell me about the island.
The island of Marit is usually very popular this time of year. Unfortunately, the death of the king and the invasion have driven many away.
Tell us about yourself.
I am Marak, a kata from the land of Razir, desert birthplace of my people. My family and I have journeyed afar to serve one and all with such pleasures that they might fancy.
Alright, how about your family?
My mate and beloved is Sara, maker of gifts who has a stand on the other side of the plaza. My darling daughter is a fine musician and shares her love of music with all who have ears.
Very nice. We're going to ask about pleasures, which is a weird phrase.
My family and I sell joys for the ear and the taste and the eye. My wares treat the mouth to a variety of sensory experiences from this region and beyond.
Alright, how about katas in general, though we should know plenty about them.
We Kata are a desert people from the lands to the east. We are traders and merchants to the world.
How about Razir?
Several years ago, my people were driven from our homeland and scattered with the winds by a most evil man who usurped the throne of Razir from its rightful emir. I have heard word that my homeland has been freed by a hero, and the land is now ruled by a wise and gracious woman. One day my family and I shall all return to the desert lands once more.
I'd love to hear more about this hero.
It has been said that a mighty hero was brought to the desert lands by my people. He defeated the foul wizard that drove away the Kata. The hero was said to be a most kind and brave man.
And how about this woman?
The new ruler of Razir is the daughter of the old emir. She proved herself to be resourceful and wise, and welcomes my people home. Her name is Zaisha.
Zaisha, who we also helped. Let's tell him about ourselves.
So, you are a friend of my people? It is an honor to meet such a hero. You are already a part of Kata stories and history.
Alright, and that does
It is a pleasure to meet you, and I hope that I may aid you in any way that I can.
Alright, so we will have some more conversations with people here, but that is certainly should be the end of the... Oh, that's not what I want to do. I don't want to offer him more money. It should be the end of some of the most or least interesting of the conversations.
May your mouth be charmed by the taste of it.
From here on out, things should certainly be a little shorter and should hold our attention a little bit more. Now we're going to go see Pholus. We'll have a brief talk with him. He doesn't say anything exceptionally interesting, but is at least somewhat funny.
You here to enter the right of rulership? Most of the newcomers are here for it right now. Fools, it's going to take a real warrior to become king of Silmaria.
He is jacked.
Yeah, welcome to sunny Silmaria. What do you want?
Ask about himself.
I'm Pholus, weaponsmith and weapon seller. You need a good weapon, you go see me.
You got a spare weapon you want to get rid of? I may decide to buy it. If it's about weapons, I'm the person you want to deal with.
He kind of reminds me of Isur from number 2, only he's just kind of gruff and aggressive sounding, but he's not actually mean most of the time.
You want to see my weapons? Show me you've got the cash, and I'll show you my stuff.
At least not as much.
There's a strong warrior in town who calls himself Magnum Opus. He knows how to use real weapons. There's also a big, ugly guy that hangs around with the scientists. I don't see that he's got any weapons, but I hate to mess with the size of those fists. Then there's a woman. I can't believe a woman thinks she can become king here. Kings are men, not dames. She'll learn her lesson soon enough. If you play in the big leagues, you've got to be tough.
It seems Elsa hasn't quite gotten away from the things that were holding her back in the first Quest for Glory, but we'll see. Ask about the rights.
The rights of rulership are not for wimps. They prove who is the finest man suited to become the king. You've got to be tough to be the king of Silmaria. Brains and brawn. The best combination for the true warrior.
And we'll tell a little about ourselves.
You're a hero? Wouldn't know it to look at you. You'll have a chance to prove it around here. Just enter the rights of rulership, and we'll see who's a hero.
Alright.
You know where to look if you're looking for weapons.
We did get some extra fruit rations from Marak. And let's also buy a few extra throwing daggers in case we need them. Let's try that. It's probably going to be too low.
Nice dealing with you.
Nice. Alright. We're going to make a quick pit stop in the famous Adventurers Correspondence School. We're not actually going to talk to him right now. We are just going to look around, see a wide variety of books. Most of them seem to be how to swim. Alright. Let's grab one of these. Read a book, examine, ask for the man's autograph, steal it, or just borrow it. Let's borrow the swim manual. And we'll read this quickly. Handbook of How to Swim is a good way to learn how to swim. Alright. Entire section devoted to underwater combat. After considerable study, you realize that you now have a basic idea how to swim. So yes, if we look here, our swimming has materialized. Still very low, but it is present. Alright, so the next thing that we want to do, unless I'm mistaken, is to head into the Dead Parrot Inn. So, probably what I'm going to do is just grab these rocks right here, because the Dead Parrot Inn doesn't open for another 2 hours. So I'm just going to throw these things around, waste some time, and then I will be back at 5 when the Dead Parrot Inn opens. So, hang on. Alright, so throwing's gone up a little bit, but more importantly, it is now after 5 p.m., rested for an hour just to move things along, and we're going to head into the Dead Parrot Inn. So, a couple of people that we want to meet here. First is this gentleman here, Orestes, which we'll just show him the thief sign.
It's under the bridge to the west. Watch for traps.
Alright. Luckily, the thief sign has stayed pretty consistent.
All right, pleasure it is to be meeting you, mate.
And what's your name?
I be Orestes, retired seaman, as it were.
And what does he think of Silmaria?
This be a fine place to be, stranger. You'll like it here.
And does he happen to know any rumors?
Rumors is it you want to be knowing? Well, matey, dead men tell no tales. Nor do I.
Alright.
Be seeing you around, I be sure.
Now, some of our favorite characters that only the thief knows from Quest for Glory 2.
Well, now, look who walked in. What can I do for you, tall, blonde, and handsome?
I know what I'd like to do for him.
My name is Budar. If you see something you like, just let me know.
If you like what you see, let me know.
We'll talk to Budar first. Well, actually, let's just buy a drink.
What can I get for you, pretty boy?
We'll buy an ale. Hold on to that. And then we can chat. Say hello.
Oh, it's always a pleasure to meet a man like you.
I prefer the pleasures that come after meeting them.
Nawar may be a miss, but she doesn't miss much.
She's always got some innuendo to drop.
Nawar and I come from Razir, where the desert sand is hot.
That's not the only thing that's hot.
I'll be happy to serve you a drink. What can I get for you?
Tell us about the inn.
The Dead Parrot Inn is the place to visit if you'd like a little nip now and then.
I know I like to nip every once in a while.
Oh, you can gamble on combat or skill or on love, if you like.
I know which I'd like.
And what does she think of Noir?
Just call her Melody. She's real sharp, knocks guys flat, and boy, does she know the score.
And we can tell her about ourselves.
Welcome to Silmaria, oh hider in harems. We didn't get a chance to get to know you last time we met.
I'd certainly like to get to know you better.
That one's a little weak. What do they think of Silmaria?
This is not a bad place to be, once you get to know it.
There are better things to get to know here.
Come on back and see me sometime.
Yeah, we can talk to Noir specifically.
Hello there, stranger. My name is Nawar, and I'll be happy to help you any way I can.
We don't need to play the wheel game now.
I'm happy to greet you any day.
And say hello, ask how she's doing.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Speaking of pleasure...
Tell us about the inn.
The Dead Parrot is a good place to come when you want some company.
And the wheel?
This is the Wheel of Fortune. Just show me your money.
Relatively similar to the knife-throwing game from the first Quest for Glory.
Silmaria can be cold at night this time of year. You might need something to warm your bed. Or perhaps someone.
And even though she just overheard us tell Noir, will tell us about ourselves.
So we have met
Budar.
before. I thought so. I'd never forget your face.
Alright, that's enough.
Come back soon. I can't wait to see your, smile again.
Alright, I'm going to head up this balcony, where you can just barely make out a little hooded figure back here. And try to talk to him. The man acknowledges you with a grim smile that has no trace of humor. He doesn't seem too friendly or willing to talk. What if we show the thief sign?
Under the bridge. Don't forget to knock.
It's a little different from what Rusty's told us. Let's see if he's a little chatter if we give him a nail. The man nods at you and takes a drink. Alright, let's say hello.
What do you want?
What's your name?
None of your business.
Alright. Can you tell us anything about Silmaria?
See for yourself.
And how about any rumors?
Fools don't last long here.
Alright, that's enough. Say bye.
Be seeing ya.
Alright. One more group of people to talk to here at the Dead Parrot. And again, it's people from our past. In fact, it's people from our past in a different Dead Parrot inn. Although the character looks a little different than he did before.
Greetings. I am Signor Ferrari, and this is my associate Ugarte. I believe we've had the pleasure of meeting you some time ago in distant Razir. You've made quite a name for yourself, haven't you? It'll be interesting to see what you can do for Silmaria. Rumor has it that you could be her next king. I am the owner of this Dead Parrot Inn. I'm a man of vast influence, and I'm certain we should get to know each other better.
Alright, let's say hello.
It is always a pleasure to meet old friends in new places, is it not?
I think so. How you been?
I was forced to leave Razir not long after you did. When the Sultan of Shapir took the city over, he did not approve of the way I did business.
What do you think of this inn?
The Dead Parrot Inn is an oasis in this dreary little kingdom. It is a place to relax, refresh yourself from your busy day. If you are skilled, you can earn some money at the Wheel of Fortune. If you are lucky, you can make some real money betting on the combat held each night at the arena. If you are very, very skilled, You can make even more money by fighting in the arena and backing your winnings with a few well-placed bets. All in all, you'll find plenty to amuse yourself here at the Dead Parrot.
We may well do just that. What does he think of Silmaria?
Silmaria reminds me of Rasir when Ardavis first took over. The warning signs are there that things will get worse here before they get better. How fortunate for Silmaria that you are here.
And what does he think about Ugarte?
Ugarte has his uses.
I am a businessman, and I've always had my sources for information. If you need to know something, I'm certain I can find out what you want to know. For a modest fee, of course.
Of course. Could show him the thief sign, see what he thinks of it.
Surely you don't think that I would acknowledge that sign, do you?
No, but Ugarte might.
Ah, yes, a fellow felon. The guild is hidden near the west gate. Look under the bridge and be sure to watch for traps.
So, like Orestes, he warns us about the trap rather than telling us just to knock.
It is good to see you again. We parted the last time under most unfortunate circumstances. I was afraid I would not see you or anything else again. Fortunately, I got lucky.
Well, that's good. Tell us about yourself.
I am doing rather well for myself here in Silmaria. There are many things which I know that others want to know as well.
And what do you think of Silmaria in general?
Silmaria has her little secrets, and I make a point of finding them. This island is not the pretty little resort it seems to be. There are many dangers for the unwary here.
Any rumors you've heard about?
You wish to know rumors? I make a living from selling rumors. However, since we are such old friends, I will be happy to share a little of my knowledge with you. There is talk that there will soon be an invasion of this island. Already, many people have left. I will be happy to provide letters of transit should you care to leave here too.
I don't think we're going to be doing that, but I appreciate the offer.
Well, my friend, if you have any need of my services in the future, you can usually find me here at the inn.
Alright. I'm curious about this place under the bridge that everyone was directing us to. When it's a little darker out, you can actually see the outline of this door, but it's a little too light right now. However, as long as it's after 6 p.m., we can enter. Well, you can almost make out an outline of a door. So we will not knock. We're going to disarm the trap here. It's a little interesting the way that the traps work. You kind of have to memorize this picture, or at least that's theoretically what you're supposed to do. I find it a little easier just to kind of draw it out a touch. And then you just click this button. You have to get 3 correct. You have a timer, and you can only get 5 wrong. So there's 2 ways to fail. This one I think is over here? Yeah. And this guy was right under him, right over him. Yeah. And this guy I think was down here. Maybe not. Yeah. Nope, I was very wrong. You. Okay. Alright, sign the trap and open the concealed door. So, Orestes, who we just spoke to, is here.
So, you found the place, did you?
Manning the
Check
guild.
it out, matey. This be the finest thieves guild in all of Silmaria.
Alright, now that we're here, he's going to be a little chattier. This is kind of goofy. We can do this.
I rather gathered at this point that ye be a thief. Not too many get here otherwise.
Alright, so let's chat. Talk. Hello again.
Well, matey, you got good manners. Can't say that about most what comes in here.
And tell us about yourself.
I be minding the store, keeping the guild honest, as it were. I'm trusted because I didn't set out for this job.
I made me livelihood at sea, till I went one way and the arm went another. So, that's me life story in a nutshell, as it were.
Yeah, if you weren't able to tell from his sprite, he is missing this arm. So tell us about the Thieves Guild.
This place is open most nights. We don't like it to open in the daytime, because someone might be seeing you. The fees for the guild are a bit stiff. It'll cost you 100 drachmas to become a guild member. Still, you can make that back in a week or so. And where else are you going to fence your hot stuff but here? So what do you say, me bucko? You gonna join? Or make the mistake of going it alone? With no you?
I think we can make 100 drachma back much faster than a week. Any tricks to tell us about?
If you don't know how to take out a trap, you better check out the chest over there. Most important stuff around here tends to have a trap on it. If you got the toolkit, you probably knows your stuff. But you can always practice here, as long as you got the cash to feed the same. The other trick you can learn here is to pick a pocket. For that, you'll be needing a good pickpocket knife. I'd be happy to sell you one. The thing that might save your skin best is the blackjack. To use that, you need to sneak up behind someone and hit him in the back of the neck. If you don't sneak up enough or hit him just right, you're in for a fight. But with practice, you can take a person out.
I've always struggled significantly with the blackjack, but we'll be trying it here, and hopefully I can finally get it figured out. Tell us about the contest.
You wants to be chief thief around here. All you got to do is be able to make a lot of drachmas to enter. You keep betting you'll outbid the other entrants, and a winner takes all once the bird is back.
The bird, huh?
You mean to be saying you haven't heard of the blackbird? There's plenty of fakes been found, but only one really true, genuine article. She's worth a fortune if you can find it. The guild's willing to pay a reasonable sum if she's brought here. I hear Ferrari's willing to pay more, though. If someone with the bird is in the contest to be chief, then he'll win fair and square. Or as fair as a thing like this gets. Rumor has it that the bird is somewhere around Silmaria. That's why the guild's a bit empty-like. Most mates would rather the get-rich-quick scheme than working for a living, even at this profession.
We have seen 4 different iterations of the Blackbird through the previous 4 games. Tell me about these bets.
Oh, it's a betting game, and a real gamble. You can bet, raise, or call, and try to get the others to drop out. Only one bet a week, though.
Alright. So what is the Chief Thief?
You know what he means. The captain of this motley crew of scallywags. The one who calls the shots and makes the waves. Head honcho here can make a bunch of bucks. It's a cushy job and the pension's good. If you live long enough to collect it.
Can you tell us anything about the other entrants?
There's 5 now in the running for the position. A few have dropped out when the stakes got high. You got to be a high spender, or bring in the bird if you're gonna win. Who's in it is kept secret. Not everyone is known by this job after all. Most of them keep a steady, respectable sort of profession. It's good for the guild to have a boss on the up and up. Gets to know things better that way if people trust him.
You know, for example, someone who's the king of Silmaria. Why don't you tell me, we'll tell them about ourselves.
Seems you be an experienced sort of thief, ain't ya? You'll do well around here, no doubt.
Alright.
Be seeing you later. Good night to ya.
Good night. Let's do a little purchasing. We'll join the guild.
Welcome aboard, me hearty. It'll be good to see someone new around here.
And we'll also buy one of these pickpocket knives, as well as a torch. Let's try 12.
You're trying to cheat me out of an honest living, such. You're cheating me blind. But I know a sharp dealer when I meets one.
Alright, and the pickpocket knife, which is pretty expensive itself.
You're trying to cheat me out of an honest. You're cheating me blind. But I know a sharp dealer when I meets one. You got it.
Alright. We could buy a grapple, which we don't need, some rope, which we'll probably buy later, and a blackjack's pretty expensive, so we'll come back for that. Same with the oil, I'm sure we'll get later. Alright, then we can do a little pickpocket practicing. So let's see, yeah, our pickpocketing level is also just 100, kind of like our swimming. You stealthily steal the coin from the dummy. You can probably pick dummies pretty well, but that doesn't make you a first-class snitch just yet. click again. We managed to pick it, but there's no coin. We have to wait for Orestes to make it more difficult. So he will do that once we leave. And I think we can head out now. And it's 7 o'clock, so I think I want it to be after 8. But when we sneak, which I'll show you here, we move very, very slowly, unlike in the previous games, which is unfortunate. So what I'm going to do is, just because it's very boring to watch us slowly sneak along, is I'll pause here and we're going to walk back up to Knob Hill. So I'll unpause once we get up there. Alright, so it should now be after 8. Good. And I suppose we don't really need to sneak all the way over there. Hopefully it'll make a loud boom hitting that mic. We can sneak again from here. So, unlike in some of the prior games, we're going to delve right into our thiefy ways. Luckily, that guard is only guarding this house and doesn't seem to care too much about this one. Now, it seems like we have some lights on in the back rooms, but not the front. So hopefully if we stay in front, we should be fine. Pick this lock here. You hear the satisfying click as the door is unlocked. Stealthily, you make your way into the dark interior of the house. Eventually. Now, we did buy this torch here, so we're going to take our tinder box and light the torch. And then we will equip it so we can actually see. And now let's come into the house here, and we're going to grab a few things. One, we're going to grab this vase or amphora. We're going to search this chest of drawers here. You carefully search the chest of drawers, only finding some loose change, which you add to your purse. Then we're going to move this picture. And we have another safe to unlock. Same as the previous one. So let's do a little study here. You and you, and you. Alright, let's get started. Does this little dance. This one should be up here. You, I think, are right over here. Nice. And just one more. This guy was somewhere over here, right here. Alright, successfully disarmed the trap on the safe. Open the safe, remove 300 drachmas and some jewelry. Now we can search this couch. Checking the back edge of the couch, you find assorted pizza crust, crumbs, dust, and a small gold ring. Decide to take the ring and leave the rest. And we have... I don't think we can search this chest over here. Let's see. We'll pick this lock. Quickly jimmy the lock with your pick, but someone has probably beaten you to it. The chest is empty. Okay. And then we can try and open this cabinet here. You find the cupboard difficult to open because someone pulled off the handles trying to open it before you. Looks like that someone had to pry it open. Alright, so let's use our dagger, pry this open. Room is unlit. Darkness dominates. Alright, what if we put our torch back on? Okay. There's nothing left in the cupboard of any value. Alright. Pretty sure we're supposed to be able to open this. Maybe we did and I just missed it, because we do have one more dagger than we did before, because that's the only thing that's in there, is there's a loose dagger that the person who previously pried it open accidentally left behind. And frankly, that's the last thing we have here, so we might as well depart. I'm not too worried about a single dagger if we did miss it somehow. Oh. No, I want you to leave. I don't want you to do anything. I'm in Kitty's way and she's upset with me. Yeah, Okay. All right, we don't need our torch anymore. So, there's really nothing else significant to do today. Once it gets to about 11 o'clock, we're going to check into our room. Why don't we just do that now? We can do kind of some training and other things later. It doesn't look like a good place to swim. It's clogged with cattails and reeds. It's good, because I didn't actually mean to swim there. So, our last location for the day is the Gnome's Inn here. We'll say hello.
Hello, sailor. I'm Anna Grandma, Gnome Anne, and this is my land inn.
Say hello.
California, or whatever it is they say around here.
It's not California.
Want to get to know me a little better? I'd sure like to get to know you. I came all the way from Zurich to make this little bed and breakfast in winterless wonderland. And what happens? No tourists. That's the way my life goes.
I do like when they just randomly have real-life places thrown in with the fake ones, or close to fake ones. Let's ask her about her inn.
This seemed like a good deal. I got a good loan from the other innkeeper in town. Nice guy, if a little chubby. As my first and only customer, I'll let you have the best room in the joint.
Yeah, I don't know about the wisdom of getting a loan from Ferrari, but it seems like that's what she did. What do you think about Silmaria?
I don't know much about Silmaria, because I've only been here a short time. I'm always in, never out.
Well, we'll say hello.
Oh, so you're the guy the chatting rat made arrangements for. Cheese to meet you. Your room's paid up through the month.
Cheese to meet you. Classic Fenris joke. We'll ask about our room.
Yours is the first door at the top of the stairs. All the comforts of Gnome, including gnome-cooked meals.
Alright, that's enough.
I'll be seeing you.
Well, as we start up the stairs, she will give us our key.
If you want to get into your room or the inn late at night, you'll need a key. Here you are.
Actually, we don't, but other heroes would. And we can just unlock it, but it's more fun to pick the lock. Pick the lock in your bedroom door, even if it would be faster to use your key, it's still good practice. Alright, so we are going to go to bed here. We're going to steal this sheet, because of course we are. Maybe a different day I'll show off jumping on the bed, but for now what we're going to do is just go to sleep for the night, and we will end things here. Hopefully in future videos there'll be a lot less chatting and a little more action, but I guess we'll find out next time. So till then, see ya.